you a teenager who needs direction and guidance? Well, who better to guide you than somebody who was once a teenager? Today I'll be telling you 10 things I wish I knew when I was a teenager.
Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central.
Hello fellow Inspirers, welcome to Inspira Central. My name is Monica and I'm the Chief Inspirer herself. It is so very good to have you here with me today. Yes, I have to do that sing song because I'm kind of excited. I like what I'm going to share with you today, and what will that be? Today I'll be talking about 10 things I wish I knew as a teenager. Are you a teenager who needs guidance? You don't quite know what pitfalls to avoid in order not to make mistakes that people before you have made? Well, today I'll be telling you 10 things I wish I knew when I was a teenager. The first thing I wish I knew as a teenager is that my teenage years are not the years to start dating. Many teenagers around, you see them, everybody, because of what they see on social media, everybody's doing it. They start dating as teenagers, but this is the wrongest time for you to be dating. And that is because at this point, you don't have any experience. But then you may say, but I'm trying to gain experience, that's why I'm dating now. Well, this is the wrong time. This is the wrong time because right now, your body is changing, your body is evolving, your body is growing. And that means that there are some hormones that you never had before now. And so those hormones are going to be pushing you to do things that you're not familiar with. Then you find yourself feeling all kinds of emotions you did not know you could ever feel. Emotions that are strange, emotions that are unfamiliar. And you start thinking that this means that you're in love with somebody. Not necessarily. What do you know about love? It may just be hormones, it may just be feelings, it may just be those hormones that are pushing you and you don't realize it. Now is a time when your body, your psyche, your identity is evolving. So this is not the best time to date anybody because you don't even know who you are. You don't have a firm sense of identity. You've not understood these hormones that are rushing through your body. You've not understood yourself. So why bring somebody else into the picture and then start to think that you're in love with the person and you both start to do all kinds of things that you're not prepared for? This is a stage of evolving. Get to know yourself. And that is why I say your teenage years are not the best time for you to be dating. They are not the best time. Because if you're not careful, things could go out of hand. If you're not careful, those hormones, those feelings, those emotions, that excitement of growing up, growing, ing, continuous, you're still growing, you're not there yet. That excitement of growing up could push you to do things that you may regret in the future. So your teenage years are not the best time for you to start dating. Okay? Now that brings me to a second point. And that second point is that things that you do now can make or mar your future. If you make mistakes at this point, there are certain kinds of mistakes that you make now that can change the direction of your life completely. They can take your life out of control such that you will not even know what happened. It will be like you slept, you woke up, and your whole life changed. So this is a time for you to be extra careful. You have to be extra careful because if you do certain things at this point, you cannot undo them. There are some mistakes you will make and nobody will remember them. They will not have any effect on you. But there are some kind, such as having a child out of wedlock, that will change your life forever. If you're 14, if you're 15, you're 16, you're even 18, you are 19 and you have a child. Do you know that that could hamper your education? Do you know that that could slow you down? Do you know that that could give you an added responsibility of being a parent even while you are still a child? So that is why you need to be extra careful now that you're a teenager. Stop rushing through life. Stop thinking you've grown up. Stop thinking you know it all. You don't quite know anything at this point. You don't quite know much. And that is why I'm saying to you today, be careful what you do. Some other things that you do, such as taking things that are unhealthy for you, sniffing, inhaling, doing all those things, could damage not just your health, they could damage your life completely. They could make your life spiral out of control. You could just end up there, not get an education, not do anything useful with your time, your energy, your youth, and before you know it, that becomes your life. That becomes who you are. That becomes your identity. And it becomes difficult for you to stop. When you start sniffing, inhaling, and doing all those things, licking all those things, when you start doing all those things, it may be difficult for you to change your ways. You start it now. Where would you be when you're 30? Where would you be when you're 40? How far would you have gone by the time you're that age? That is, if those things even let you live up to that age. How far would you have gone? Don't start those things. Don't start taking things that are unhealthy, unwholesome for you, because they could damage your health. They could damage your life. They could change the direction of your life for worse. They could take your life downhill. Your life could just have a nosedive if you keep inhaling, keep smoking, keep drinking, keep doing all those things you're not supposed to do. I was once a teenager, and I'm telling you that I have seen people my age now, they started those things when we were teenagers, and now I'm telling you that those people are messed up. Many of them are messed up. You know, I was walking down the other day and I saw somebody. He used to live in my neighborhood when we were growing up, and I saw him and he looked like a shadow of himself. His youthfulness was gone. He was just walking on the street anyhow, and I was wondering, wow, this doesn't look like this guy. Wow, did it get that bad? I had not seen him in years. And when I saw him, I knew that that thing he started when we were teenagers had taken a toll on him. And I knew he was still doing it because I saw him doing it, even while walking on the road. I saw him and I shook my head. I shook my head. If two of us were to stand side by side, you will not believe that we walked on the same path. You will not believe that we grew up in the same neighborhood. You will not believe that we went to school at the same time. Because of the difference in life patterns. It's not about the difference in wealth. This has nothing to do with family background. It has a lot to do with personal choice and personal conviction. He made his choices. He took those things that were unhealthy, and now his life is the way it is. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a career. He doesn't do anything but move around, doing the same old things. And at this age, it starts to get tiring. It starts to get irritating because people are saying, when are you going to grow up? He started that thing as a kid, and now he cannot stop it. He cannot stop it. He has done it now for decades. And that's why I'm warning you, do not start it. I have seen people who wasted their lives completely. There was no rehabilitation. They could not stop. They could not be rehabilitated. They ended up like that. I know somebody who did that. His whole life went by. This guy had a lot of energy. This guy was book smart, very good at mathematics. But he took all those things, all those substances that were not healthy. He took them. And that was how his life went. That was how his life just went like that, snuffed out like that. Please don't do it. Please don't do it, because the things that you do now that you're a teenager could affect the rest of your life negatively or positively, depending on what choices you make. On the flip side, if you're doing the right thing and you keep doing that thing, it's going to accumulate. You're going to keep building up on that. It's going to be successes. Success upon success, that's what you're going to get. So rather do those things, read your books, spend your time learning, spend your time developing yourself, and you will see that by the time you're 30, what are we saying? By the time you're 25, maybe you will be on Forbes something. Maybe people will be calling you internationally, come speak here, come do this, come train here, come coach here. That will be a good story, you know. And that is what I want for you. Fellow inspirers, that is what I want for you. It is my wish that those who are coming behind me, those who are younger than me, excel and do better than whatever it is that I have done or whatever it is that I'm doing now. It gives me great joy to see younger ones building on successes, becoming better, improving, shining forth like stars. It gives me this great joy. And that is why I keep coming back here on Inspira Central to say, dear teenagers, dear people in their 20s, let's talk. Let's talk. In the same vein, I will say, if you want to chat with me privately, you can send me an email. I keep saying it. Send me an email. Why not? My email is inspiracentral@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let's have that chat. You want direction, you want some guidance. Why? I'm here. I don't mind being a big sis to you. That's why I have Inspira Central. This is one thing that pushed me to get this channel out there. This is one thing that keeps me going. It drives me. It helps me gather momentum, and I keep going. Because how else do I reach the global audience of younger people? How else if not through YouTube? If this is what I can contribute to the world, why not? If I can make the world a better place by helping you become a better person, even if it's one youth, then I feel I have left a legacy. Then I have achieved something. Then the purpose of Inspira Central has been achieved. Send me an email and let's have that private conversation. Also subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. I have a lot of positive things to say here. Things that will help you grow. Things that will improve you. Things that will make you see life from a whole new perspective of positivity, of growth, of self-development, of how to make your life the very best it can be. That's what I share here on Inspira Central. Become a fellow inspirer. Subscribe to this channel and you will not regret it. You will not regret it, because here we encourage each other. Here we hold each other up. When people are going through a difficult time, our fellow inspirers come together and we say, we will not let you fall. We've got your back. We are your support system. What do you need? We are here for you. This is a community of love. That is what we do here. So join this community of love. Join this community of self-development and growth, and let us grow together. Okay? Whether you are a teenager, whether you're in your 20s, whether you're in your 30s, whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, there's something here for you. After all, you can always grow. You can always improve. There is no age limit to growth. There is no age limit to self-development. Is there? There isn't. So come one, come all, at whatever age. And let us join this community. Let us become a part of this Inspira Central. Let us build this community and make it one where no matter what you're going through, there's always someone to encourage you. Okay? All right. So what is my third tip? My third tip is that education comes first. That is what I wish I knew as a teenager. Education comes first. You know, when you're a teenager, there are so many distractions. In fact, it is worse now. In this era of social media, the distractions are more than they were in my time. But in spite of these distractions, I want you to know that education comes first. It may seem like people are saying education is outdated. Who cares about education? All we need is a certificate. All we need is this. All we need is that. Education still comes first. Developing your mind comes first. Developing your intellect comes first. It's something that will carry you for life. Anything that you learn now, that development, that growth, that you're building yourself, capacity building, will come up in the future. It's going to manifest later. You may think you're just doing it for now, for here. No. You're developing yourself, you're developing your mind. You're learning how to think. You're learning how to walk through life. You are learning how to handle situations. You are learning how to handle people. These things will come to play when you're older. They may not come to play now because maybe your sphere is small. Maybe your area of influence is small. But as you grow older, you will see that those things you learned as a teenager, start coming to play as you grow older. You will see that those things are useful. There is nothing you learn that is useless. There is no good information that you get that is useless or that you will never ever have need for. There will always be a reason. Something will pop up someday. You don't know when that thing is going to come up. So you need to start learning. You need to acquire the education. And don't be so carried away saying, oh, certificates. Oh, I want a certificate. Oh, it's important I get a certificate. No, it's important you get the knowledge. Don't be like those people that say, it doesn't matter. As long as I get a certificate, I don't need to learn it. You know that information that you get, that knowledge that you acquire in the course of going through school is much more important than the certificate. Yes, the certificate is useful. Of course, you will use it to go to a higher level. But I'm also telling you that it's not every day that you whip out a certificate and say, look at me, I'm a graduate of this. Look at me, I graduated from this college or this high school or this secondary school. It's not every day. But you see that knowledge that you have is going to be in your brain. You sleep is there. You wake up is there. You talk to someone is there. You go out is there. You will apply it. But you don't carry your certificate everywhere you go, but you carry the knowledge everywhere you go. And that is why I say that knowledge is paramount. That knowledge is more important than the certificate, because you will put the certificate somewhere. You're going to keep it in your file. You're going to document it, keep it there, just leave it there. But wherever you go, your knowledge or your ignorance will show. I promise you it will show. There are some people that when you hear them talk or when you see them write on social media, you're like, this person is brilliant. You have no idea what school they went to. You have no idea if they even went to school, but you're like, nah, this person must have had some sort of training. Of course they have. You don't know anything about them, but when they write, when they speak, you know there's something up there. You know that there's some brilliance, there's some intelligence, and you know that they nurtured it. Because you can be brilliant, you can be intelligent, but if you don't nurture it, if you spend all your time playing, you're not activating what you have. You are not activating it. So you read, you learn, you get an education. That is how you activate what you have up there. That is how you improve it. That is how you nurture it. So education comes first. Don't play with your education. This is your foundation. For that place you want to go to, this is your foundation. Don't joke with your education. Make education a priority, an everyday priority for you. Keep learning. The one that is in your school curriculum, take it as very, very important. Very important. Prioritize it. Even the one that is outside your school curriculum, read it. Read those books. Read that article, learn something new every day. It is very important. It will improve you, it will help you, and it will come in handy one day. You just don't know when. But keep learning, keep growing, and keep making your education a priority. This is one thing I wish I knew when I was a teenager. So the fourth thing I wish I knew when I was a teenager is that as a teenager, your body is still developing. You know, back then, in my time, I wouldn't have had to give someone this advice. This would not have been a tip for somebody my age or somebody in my time. But my dear teenagers, this is an era of cosmetic procedures. This is an era where we are tweaking this and tweaking that, Botox and all that. I know you're familiar with it. Come on, you have a phone. You have social media. I know, you and I know that you know these things. And some people, some teenagers are getting these procedures done on their bodies, even as teenagers. I will just advise you, your body is still developing. Right now, you don't know what your boob size is. Right now, you cannot accurately tell what your hip size is or is going to be, because you are still evolving, you are still growing, your body is still developing. Please, I recommend, don't tamper with your body. Please, don't say, oh, I'm not beautiful enough. Don't say, oh, I'm not this size. Don't say, I want this kind of job. Don't say, I want my eyes like this. It's too early. If you start tweaking now that you're a teenager, You will never stop tweaking. You won't stop tweaking your features because you will not be contented. By the time you go on social media and you see somebody and they're looking flawless, you say, no, my lips, I need to put filler, I need to do this, I need to take out body fat, I need to. If you start it now, when will it end? If you start it now that you don't know your body is still evolving, is still developing, when will it end? You need to start building body positivity. You need to start having self-confidence. Because if you have self-confidence, you will not bother about whether your eyes don't look like somebody else's eyes. You will be thankful for the eyes you have. Those eyes see. They can see light. You can go about your way without the aid or assistance of someone or something. What are you worrying about? It's not like this, it's not like that. You want the face of a celebrity. You were not born as a celebrity. You're not that person. You are you. You should bask in your own identity. You should rejoice. You should be thankful. You should honor your body that you were given, the body you were blessed with. Honor it. Honor it and appreciate it and be grateful that you are healthy. Why do you want to start tweaking all these things? Changing this, changing that. You are healthy. You are beautiful. You don't think you're beautiful? Wipe off that makeup. Wipe it off. Take a good look at yourself in the mirror. Guys, you do not need the fake biceps. Come on now. Come on. You don't need it. I know you're still lanky now, guys. I know. But by the time you start growing, you start getting older, you can do exercises and you build the muscles. You can do all that naturally. Girls, you don't need the implants, you don't need the fillers. Come on. You are beautiful ladies. You're beautiful ladies and you're growing to be even more beautiful. Give it time. Don't be carried away by the pressure all around you. Don't try and copy or imitate those people. Let them do what they may. You be you. Come on. Come on. Trust that what you have is beautiful, is awesome, it's healthy. Don't mess with a good thing, you know. Don't mess with it. Rejoice in who you are. Acknowledge that you're beautiful. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am awesome. I'm elegant. Yes, I have what it takes. I don't have to worry to try and be like every other person. I don't have to. Trust me when I say you don't need that cosmetic procedure, especially as a teenager. Because if you start it now, it will not end. So don't start it. That is my advice. That is my advice from a big sis to a younger bro and a younger sis. Please don't do it. All right, let's move to the next point. And the next point is, our parents know better, even though we think that we know better. You know, as teenagers, we carry on with this arrogance of, Daddy, you don't understand me. Mommy, you don't understand me. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I want to be. Okay. Okay, dear teenager. We don't understand you. Do you understand you? Do you understand yourself? We've been there, we've done that. That's what Daddy and Mommy will tell you. I know right now you're clashing a lot with your dad and your mom. I know, been there, done that myself. I know. But one thing you need to know is your parents have your best interest. Especially if they are healthy parents, stable parents. They have your best interest at heart. So when they are telling you, don't wear this, don't wear that, don't go to that party, stop hanging out with this friend. Trust me when I say they are not doing it to make you feel sheltered or to make you feel like they're cramping your style. They're not doing it for those reasons. They are doing it to protect you. They are doing it to guide you. They are doing it to help you. They are doing that to help you and prevent you from making mistakes that could mar your life. Remember we talked about mistakes. They are doing it to stop you from making mistakes. Maybe they themselves made these mistakes. Maybe people around them made those same mistakes, and they are trying to ensure that you do not follow that pattern. They are trying to ensure that you do not repeat that cycle. And that is why they are trying to guide you. And this guidance look like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, don't go there, don't. Too many don'ts, right? I know. But believe me when I say, these people, your dad and your mom, they are still those same people that nurtured you as a baby. They are those same people that took your pictures and they were so happy. They were so happy, so excited, and they watched you grow, and now you're here, a blossoming young man. You are a blooming young woman, and they are so happy for you. Trust me when I say that love they had for you when you were a child, when you were an infant, is still the same love they have for you now that you're a teenager. That same love, it has never changed. It will never change. So when I say they know what's best, believe me that they know what's best. Listen to them. Listen to your dad, listen to your mom. Don't go about thinking you know it all. Like I said, you don't know it all. When I was your age, I also thought I knew it all. Me? You couldn't tell me anything. What? Excuse you? I want it. I want to do this, I want to do this. I want to go for that contest, I want to go for that contest. I thought I knew it all. But sometimes my dad will sit me down and say, listen, child, listen. Let's talk. Listen. If you do this, this is what happens. If you do this, this will happen. So what kind of path are you choosing? Is this what you want to happen? Is this the result? And when my dad tells me that this ideal thing I thought was perfect actually will lead to this unideal thing that I don't want, I'll be like, oh, I didn't see that. I didn't think that was the result. I didn't think that could be something that could result from this thing I wanted. And so I retraced my steps. So our parents are more experienced. They are older. They've been there, they've done that, they've made mistakes. And believe me when I say no parents, no stable parent wants a child to repeat the mistakes that they made. That mistake they made is enough lesson for the child to ensure that that cycle does not repeat. No parent wants you to make the mistakes that they made. So when your parents are telling you, don't do this, don't do that, and they explain to you why, even if they don't explain, know that they mean well. Some parents are not very good at communicating. Even if they don't explain, know that these people who have loved you from the moment you were born still love you now, even though you're older, you're taller, you're growing up and all that. They still love you and they still mean well for you, okay? So listen to your parents. Trust me when I say they mean well and they know better. They know better. I know. I should know. Been there, done that. Daddy and mommy know better. So trust them and listen to them. Okay, so the next point I have for you here, the next thing I wish I knew as a teenager is, don't be in a haste to grow up. You know, when we are teenagers, we keep saying to ourselves, I can't wait to be 16, I can't wait to be 18, I can't wait to be 20, oh, I can't wait to be in university, I can't wait to be 25, and all that. We keep wishing for the future, we keep wishing we were older, we keep wishing we could do whatever it is that we want. But I need to say to you, calm down. Do you know that being an adult actually carries with it a lot of responsibilities? Have you considered that? Have you imagined what your life will be like when you're an adult? Many responsibilities will come up. People now hold you accountable. Things that they could have just overlooked when you were a teenager, they will say no. Now you have to give account. Now you have to be responsible. Now you have to say why you did this, why you did that. Things change when you're older. They are not so carefree. There is accountability, there is responsibility when you're older. So calm down. Calm all the way down. You'll get there. You will get there. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy your teenage years because you will not get them back. These are good days. These are good moments. This is a good season. It's a good stage of your life. I recommend that you enjoy it to the fullest. bask in it, enjoy it completely, because you will only get older, you will never get younger. So now that you are at your youngest, enjoy it. Now that you are at your most carefree stage, enjoy it, because you will not get it back. So enjoy this stage of your life, because you will not get it back. Okay, now that takes me to the next thing I wish I knew as a teenager. So the seventh thing I wish I knew as a teenager is that there are so many good things to learn on the internet. I mean, away from social media, away from all those apps where you are entertained, where you have fun, there's some seriously good stuff that you could learn from the internet. There are many courses that you can take, even as a teenager. There are courses you can take to improve your vocab, to improve whatever field you want to learn on. There are courses you can take, and there are certifications you can get on the internet. There is a whole lot on the internet that has nothing to do with entertainment, that has nothing to do with skits, that has nothing to do with social media. But unfortunately, many youths, many teenagers do not realize that there is life outside social media. There is life outside the entertainment, there is life outside the fun. There is a whole world of the internet where you can learn, where you can grow, where you can develop yourself, where you can advance your skills. There is so much for you to learn out there, and I want you to start looking for those websites. There are so many of them. You can simply do a search. All you need to do is say, how can I learn this and that? Just type it onto your browser. How can I learn this? Maybe you want to learn how to bake cake, for instance. How can I learn? Maybe you want to take an engineering course, a junior engineering course. Maybe that's what you want to read in university, but you're trying to prepare. Why not? You can get a lesson or two. There is going to be like a preamble that will prepare you for the bigger thing when you get there. And so when you now get into university, you see that it's not so new. You're familiar with what they are teaching you because you had a kind of preparatory class for it. So it's simple. Just go online and say, how can I learn this? What learning platform will I find this on? In fact, how can I learn whatever? That's the best way to do it. It's going to bring out all those platforms that you can learn from. You will see some of them. Some of them, the courses are free. There are some that have free courses. Do you know that there are some reputable universities that actually offer some of these courses for free? They may not give you certificates, you may have to pay for that. But gain the knowledge even if you don't have a certificate. Remember, I've said it before. The knowledge is paramount to the certificate. So you could go to these platforms and learn these things. You don't have to spend all your time on social media. There is a world on the internet that is divided far away from social media. It is completely separate. There's a lot of serious stuff, there's a lot of intellectual stuff, there's a lot of intelligent stuff you can learn from this side. Has nothing to do with entertainment. Why are you spending all your time? Why are you spending all your energy watching those skits where you don't learn anything? Why? You need to watch, you need to read, you need to find those things on the internet that help you improve. Things like this channel, things that I teach here, things that I inform you of here, they help you improve, they help you develop your mind, they help you develop your capacity, they help you become a better person. Now add that to those learning platforms that will now give you this book education that you need. This book education that you need to improve yourself, improve your vocabulary, improve your IQ, improve your intellect. Add that, and before you know it, you are a bigger and better version of yourself. You're not just an ordinary teenager, you are now an extraordinary teenager because you have the extra knowledge that your mates don't have. You have that advantage that they don't have because they spend all their time watching skits. They spend all their time laughing at people on social media, people who are making content to make their money. They spend all their time looking at them. Go and learn something from those learning platforms and you will become a better version of yourself, even as a teenager. There's nothing wrong with becoming an advanced person intellectually, even in your teens. There is nothing wrong in becoming a better version of yourself, even as a teenager. There is nothing wrong in having an edge over your mates. even as a teenager. So go and learn. Always learn. It's important. Like I said, education comes first. So get these learning platforms, sign up on them, and take those courses, take those modules, and learn. Improve yourself. So that by the time you're in your 20s, you'll be great to talk to, you'll be great to interact with. And people may have already been saying, come and speak here, come and speak there. Because you developed yourself, because you improved yourself, because you did not spend all your time watching skits on social media. Okay? Alright. So, the 8th thing I wish I knew as a teenager is that I should choose my friends wisely. Friends. This is a time when it's very easy to make friends. All sorts of people, you call them your friends. Even somebody that you just met today, you say, that's my friend, let me introduce you to my friend. And before you know, you start calling each other bestie, bestie, bestie. Okay, it's good. It's your time. It's the time to make friends, like I said. But do you know that your friends, the kind of people you call your friends and you interact with, could actually make or mar you? They could influence the direction that your life takes. They could influence the kind of person that you become. So you have to be careful of what kind of friends you have. And you also need to know that your friends do not know it all. If you're hanging out with people your age, they don't know it all. If you're hanging out with fellow teenagers, they are just as ignorant as you are. They are just as inexperienced as you are. And that is the more reason why you need to involve your parents in the kind of friends you hang out with. Bring your friends home so that your parents can get to know who these people are. And they will be able to say, this is a good one, this is a bad one. This is somebody you should hang out with, we approve. They give the tick, they give the check, they give the thumbs up on that one. But if they tell you, this person is not a good person, this person comes from a toxic background, this person is treating you shabbily, this person is talking down on you, this is not a good friend, this person is a bad influence on you. When your parents tell you that, please listen. Don't rebel against it and say, but that is my friend, but that is my pal, but that is my bestie. Don't be gung-ho about anything at this stage because you don't have the experience, because you don't know what the parents have seen. You don't know what your parents have seen that made them say this person is not a good person. They can even explain it to you, but it may not make sense because you've not experienced it. Because you don't understand what they are saying. You may keep saying, but that's my friend, but that's my friend, but that's my friend. Your friends can make or mar you. Your friends can influence you negatively. Peer pressure is real, especially as a teenager. Let me say it again. Peer pressure is real, especially as a teenager. So you need to choose your friends carefully. Let your parents help you sieve out. Let them help you filter out. Let them help you assess your friends to know which ones you should hang out with and which ones you should part ways with. Let your parents help you with that. And when they advise you to leave somebody, to stop hanging out with somebody, please listen and adhere. Cut the person off for your own good. If your parents tell you that this person is a negative influence on you, and those ones that they say, okay, they approve, they see that this person is helping you become better, you can hold on to those friends. Those are good friends that will help you become better. Those are good friends that you will grow with, you will improve with, and you will learn with. Not just learn with, but learn from, as they also learn with you and learn from you. All right? The 9th thing is a funny one. It sounds funny to me, but I'll still say it. School uniforms protect you. That's the 9th thing I wish I knew as a teenager. This is for people who wear school uniforms, because it's not every high school, it's not every secondary school that wears uniform. But for those who wear uniforms, school uniforms protect you. Do you know that school uniforms serve as a form of identification? They help people identify that this is a child of school age. They say this is a young person. No matter how this person looks, it doesn't matter if the person is bigger than his or her mates. This is a child. Treat this person as a child. It means protect this person. Do you know there is so much that your uniform sends as a message when you wear it? There is so much that your uniform says that you may never know. You may never know, but I can tell you, having worn uniforms, I can tell you that uniforms serve as protection. They protect you from all kinds of people. You may see that if something is going on and maybe there is a flurry, people are likely to protect the person in the school uniform because they know that is a child that should be guided. They know that is a child that should be protected. That's why you see that when people are crossing, there is a kind of special privilege that they give to children in school uniforms because they know that they are children, they need to cross. And then they will give them right of way when they're in their uniform. When you're wearing a uniform, people give you this kind of privilege. They give you a special treatment. They want to protect you because it is obvious to them that you're a child. It's obvious to them that you're a child of school age. It's obvious to them that you're a young person, so they want to protect you. But one thing I saw in my day, and I still see now, is that people don't want to wear their uniforms. When you give them a uniform that is a long sleeve, they will want to cut it and make it a short sleeve. When you give them a uniform that is pure white, they will want to add some colors to it. And then you start to wonder, is this for another school? Or is this just a regular mufti that looks like a uniform? You start to get confused. Why do they do all those things? They think they are rebelling. They think that the uniform keeps them within a small sphere. They think that the uniform kind of restricts them from doing what they want to do. What they do not realize is that the uniform is a protection. What they do not realize is that the uniform is protecting them from things they don't even know. The uniform is an identification that says, this is a child of this school. This child attends this school. So if anything happens to this child, quickly inform the authorities of this school. It shows that you belong somewhere. It shows that you're not just a random child wandering about. If, for instance, you're walking alone but you're wearing your uniform, they know that if anything happens, if, for instance, you go missing, they can quickly take you to your school because that's the uniform of your school. They know you go to that school, and they know that from there, your parents can come and find you. The uniforms protect you, so don't take them for granted. Don't think they are cramping your style. Don't think they are restricting you. Don't think they are stopping you from expressing your personality. You can still express your personality in a uniform. Yes, you can. You can express your personality in a uniform. It just depends on how you do it. Let that uniform protect you. You will not wear a uniform forever. Now that you're a teenager and you're wearing uniforms, let that uniform protect you. Enjoy the protection. Enjoy the uniformity that comes from the uniform. Alright? So moving on to the final thing, the 10th thing I wish I knew as a teenager. The 10th thing is this. I wish I knew I could be whatever I wanted to be. I saved this one for last, and let me tell you why I saved it for last. When you're a teenager, there's so much that you don't know. Your worldview is still very small because, like I said, inexperience. You don't have the experience. You've not been there, you've not done that. And so it is possibly what you see in your environment that determines what kind of dreams you have. It determines who you think you can be. Your horizon, the people around you, what they've done, who they are, where they've been, the stories that they share. What they make apparent to you is what you use to determine who you can be. But there's so much beyond your sphere. There's so much beyond what you can see. There's so much beyond your environment. But you don't know that as a teenager. And so that's why I'm saying to you today that you can be whatever it is that you want to be. Some of us are told you're in the social sciences, so you must keep doing things in the social sciences. That's your field. It's okay. That's a guidance counselor telling you that. But did you know that people could get a first degree in one field, in one area, and then they discover that, okay, that's just a starting point, but this is what I want to be. And they start tilting to another area, and then they get a master's in another area. And then you find out that that is their new area of specialization, not the first one where they were. Not the first one which was the background, which was the foundation for them to start. So you can really be anything. You can evolve, you can grow, you can change courses, you can change trajectory and direction at any point in time. I didn't know this as a teenager. As a teenager, I just felt, okay, I'm in the arts, so that's where I'm born to be. It's good. But then again, you can diversify. You may find out that you don't just like maybe painting. You find out that you like counseling. And so you advance towards that. You go and get a degree in counseling. You go and learn. You pivot to another field. You pivot to another career. And that is you growing. That is you evolving. That is you becoming more and more of who you want to be. So you can really be anything. There are no limitations to who you can be. There is no limitation to what you can do. There is no limitation to what field you can be in. You don't have to be restrained or constrained to one place. You can expand. You can grow. You can pivot. You can diversify. That is one thing I wish I knew as a teenager. But then I have to point out that because you are a teenager, you don't have the experience. This is not a time for you to start pivoting up and down. This is not the time. First of all, start from somewhere. Start from where your specific field is. Start from that your specific field. And then the older you get, with the more experience that you have, you now start to find out whether you want to continue there or you want to move to another field. That's how it happens. So as a teenager, stay where your guidance counselor placed you. If you feel that that is something you can do, stay there. Grow there. And as you grow in that place, you can now say, this is where I want to continue, or I want to switch it up. I want to pivot. I want to change. Then you can do that. But for now, because you don't have the experience, and because you need a foundation, because you need a background, stay where you are and grow there. That's how it works. So don't be switching and switching and switching. It's too early for you to switch because you don't have the experience. You don't yet know who you are. You've not fully understood your strengths and your weaknesses. So where you are now, stay there, grow, advance, and then you can switch if you have to or you want to. Alright? So these are the 10 things I wish I knew as a teenager. Which one of them did you know before now, dear teenagers? Which one did you not know? Share with me in the comment section. I look forward to reading from you. And I hope that this message has inspired you to dream big and to realize that being a teenager does not mean that you have to dream small. This is a great opportunity. This is a great time of your life. And like I keep saying on this channel, you're born in one of the greatest times that the world has ever seen. The world where we have social media, the world where we have the internet and all the details and information that you can readily get right on your phone, right at your fingertips. So take advantage of these things that are readily available to you. Take advantage of the internet and make the most of it. Let it help you become a better person. I hope that this message has inspired you. I hope it has motivated you. And I hope it has got you dreaming big and becoming the better version of yourself, even as a teenager. I would like to hear from you if you want to interact with me personally. If you want to do it personally behind the scenes, go right ahead. Send me an email at inspiracentral@gmail.com. Also keep interacting here on the comment section and let's keep talking. Let's keep growing as a community. Keep writing, keep chatting, keep watching, keep liking these videos. Keep sharing. Share these videos with teenagers, your friends, people around you, so that other people can also grow and other teenagers around you can also become better. Remember that we said we want the best for each other. We want to have good teenage friends around us who can sharpen us like iron sharpens iron. So keep sharing with your friends so that they too can keep watching these videos. If you enjoyed watching this video and you would like to see more of such videos, please subscribe to this channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It is completely free of charge. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like and share my videos. I've been doing some live streaming. Have you watched any of my live streams so far? If you haven't, some of them are right here on my channel. You can go and watch those live streams. Also click the notification button so that you know when next I come on live, so you can interact with me right here and you will join in on the conversation. I look forward to seeing you there. I look forward to having interactions with you live. Thank you very much for watching this video. Keep watching my other videos. I have so many of them. Some are here in the playlist, some are in other parts of my channel. Simply subscribe to this channel and watch all the videos that I have here for you. Self-motivation, education, youth, personal development, growth, relationships, and love. So many such videos here on this channel, and you're going to enjoy watching every one of them. So keep watching this channel. I look forward to having you join our fellow inspirers and becoming a part of this thriving community. Don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much.
Inspira Central. Inspira Central.